Alright, an update on everything. So last time you did see that rear end get trussed and completed with the assistance of the man himself, Urban Ops, also known as Ricardo. And what I have here is the replacement of that, and I'm getting rid of that, so essentially that's going to be up for sale. The reason for that is because I am on 40-inch tires, and it's not a matter of if, but rather when that's going to grenade, and I don't want that to grenade in the middle of the trail. Basically, I did not want to find out the hard way. So what I have here is actually a 3rd gen Tacoma off-road TRD Pro or manual complete rear. I believe this came off of a TRD off-road Tacoma 3rd gen. So what I've done so far is I've cut off the brackets and mounts, as you see down there, and I've prepped this in order for me to weld on this truss from Zona Motorsports. So I'm gonna get started with that to at least get this process going, because we're weeks and weeks behind. What also needs to happen is that we need to get through here. Obviously I have some spring purchase here because the Tacoma width is different from the 4Runner width, and the 4Runner width is a little bit narrower. So this would need to move in. I got that just in case we end up messing this up anyway when we cut it. It's probably going to be a lot easier to just completely cut it anyway and then just put on a new spring perch. And the reason for that is because I am prepping to go to the Rubicon coming up here in the next month, and I want to take the Tacoma. However, I'm having issues with the 4-wheel drive, which I haven't been able to figure out for quite some time now. I'm getting some help from Ricardo and Aeon on that, but you know, this has just been delays. You know, they've got work, things to do and stuff like that, so they haven't been able to help me out. They've been able to help me, but not, you know, consecutively. So we are down to crunch time. So I need to get going on this. I'm gonna weld this on, and then Ricardo's gonna take care of the rest. He actually re-geared already the 3rd member, as you see here. He took it out, took it home, got some Revolution gear 488s, and bought the parts that go with it, the pinion spacer and the builder's kit and all that with it. So that's going to go to the rear. And speaking of these brackets here too, earlier that I talked about, we're also going to be building a new brake line. Ricardo's going to take care of that. So hopefully we can get this all buttoned up before the Rubicon, because if I'm not able to figure out the Tacoma, then I definitely need to take the 4Runner. I haven't decided which one to really go with, but whichever one works for me. But I don't have a way to take any of these right now to the trail. So yeah, I'll get to that. Last part, obviously, because of the bigger tires, Ricardo is going to assist me with making sure that we clearance the fenders. The rear one is going to be the toughest one, because that is going to need some stitch welding with that sheet metal that needs to be put together. Once you cut it, it kind of separates in the back, so you need to stitch weld it. And I am not an expert in that, so I'll let him take care of that. And I could probably do the front, but I'd rather have somebody who's a better angle grind expert than I am to take care of that. So stay tuned. We're gonna get started with this part right here. All right, so that's a progress. It's complete. Obviously not the nicest since I'm a $10 an hour welder, but this is a little bit tricky. What you need to do is make sure that you tack weld it first, and then this right here was hard to fit in. So that's my only complaint about this is this truss doesn't exactly fit this little pipe thing that goes into your basically plug, fill plug for your diff. Other than that, yeah, it's a little bit off too. You kind of have to, obviously it's not perfect. When you know, I wish it was a lot more, like right here, for instance, right here, it, no matter what, you know, there's gonna be a big gap there. So I think that was done on purpose. But I wish it would go all the way. But who knows? Maybe somebody knows better than me, and the reason why they did it that way. Doesn't matter anyway, because like I said, this is way wider than the 4Runner frame width. So, you know, it's probably going to move in right here anyway, so we're probably going to have to cut this anyway. So that's why I didn't even weld it all the way through. But other than that, it's done. It's not the nicest job, but it's done. And you know, I made sure I just distributed the heat evenly, and it took me a couple hours, but it's done. All right, we're almost to the finish line. So as you see here, I've already taken out the rear axle for the 4Runner. This is the OEM one. Ricardo took it out. It's here now. It's for sale. So disc brakes come with it. Obviously, diff armor, truss, e-locker armor. So yeah, someone's gonna get a pretty nice rear end here. And as you see there, it's installed. The 8.75. A lot has been done. A lot of progress. The last thing we need there, as you see, is to just button up the pinion, flange, and yoke, because it needs to mate. The 4Runner one does not fit the 8.75 Tacoma, so I need to go to a driveline shop and get one that fits this one. So I need them to fabricate me a new one, and then just button up the e-locker as well. Once that's all connected, then we're all set pretty much. The last thing that needs to happen is just cutting this. So as you see right here, this is what I'm going to take to the driveline shop. So I need a flange that's going to fit the Tacoma, and that should do it. So they'll probably upgrade it to a bigger one. I believe the Tacoma one has a bigger U-joint, so I think it's going to be like a 1330 or a 1350, which is actually a lot better. So they're going to have to cut this off, get a new one that comes from a Tacoma, and then make one that'll fit this, and then I will be set. So as you see, I'm down to the finish line. A lot of work the last few weeks. Kudos to Ricardo coming out here and putting this together, but we're almost there, and this thing's gonna be a beast, man. Can't wait.